Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Two-Headed Game Master. I'm Cosmo, the first head tonight.
And I'm Dane, the shark head.
And shit.
Looks like we're growing another head!
Hi everyone, I'm Brian. I'm the third head.
And is that a fourth head I see?
Yes, I am Grant, and I am a kitten head.
Oh.
Kitten head.
I'm
That's
a kitten
adorable.
Alright.
I look aggressive, so I was trying to calm it down, right? Whenever I'm on a bus, people are like, hey, probably just go on the next seat over. Right?
My mom to this day has no idea who Grant is unless I say it's that scary guy I make videos with. Oh, he's so scary.
Oh, him. Well,
Scary.
so tonight, Two-Headed Game Master is a four-headed podcast.
We are welcoming Banana Splits, the YouTube comedic sensation. I said that a little backwards.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. We're all about sensations.
Split without an eye.
Mm-hmm. No eye. No eye.
There's no eye.
No eye.
The eye was copywritten, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, no eye.
We couldn't afford the eye, so...
Yeah. And also, I checked out websites, too, just in case it ever went that route. Affording that website? No way, sir.
No. No eye and no income, which also...
No, yeah.
Starts with an eye.
No, actually.
That's
that
all right.
Also couldn't afford the eye in that one. Just income.
Income.
Well, that's okay, because our show doesn't have any either.
All right.
It's okay. That love. We put out better quality content because we have passionate fans that are loyal to us, and we fill everything with love.
That's right.
And we're not concerned with money.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
What does that do? Pay bills?
Concerned with it, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're not concerned with money or eyes, because we have neither. Neither.
So, tonight, for Two-Headed Game Master.
Very special.
Two-Headed Game Master is usually a podcast where we talk about role-playing games, we talk about the hobby, but sometimes we play some games. And tonight we're going to play another one-shot of RPG Light. Brian has been with us once before, and he played an X-Files type one-shot adventure that Dane ran.
It
Very
scared
fun.
the shit out of me.
That sounds
It was
fun.
so
very
scary,
scary.
dude. It
Yeah,
was so scary.
if I was here and I had like the lights low, going to bed would not happen. I would just be sick, especially if I was off the next day. I would just be like, I can't do this. All the sounds are going to kill me.
But
at the
okay.
same time.
Two
But
guys touch
Grant
butts.
here has never played, has never done a role-playing adventure.
But is very excited to do
Very
one.
excited.
I'm super excited. I got into my character, and I'm going to get deep into character. I even think I'm going to go with an accent.
Ooh, risky.
accent.
Yeah,
This man
An
likes
accent.
to live life on the edge.
I do.
So Grant, our fourth head tonight, you've never played before. What do you already
No.
know about the hobby, role-playing games, whatever? I assume you've heard of D&D.
Very, very little. I will be 100% honest with you. If this was high school, I would have never, ever tried this. And then in the 20s, I would have been so insecure about myself that I would have never allowed myself. Seriously, I would have been like, oh, if some guy on the bus sees me doing that, he's going to think I'm weird or something, right? And then as I finally grew up and realized oh, you're just like that because you're scared of everything. Now I'm super excited to do this.
So what do you know?
What do I know? I know absolutely nothing.
Okay.
I know I watched some videos with Brian. We did some reaction videos to, what was that?
Critical Role. I showed him Critical Role, which the reaction videos just became me over-explaining everything that was happening. It's like,
Yes,
okay,
because I was
Reaction
getting
with
into
no
it because they're
context.
voice actors, right? So it's like, then I start getting into it. So I kind of have an idea, but other than that, nothing. I have no idea.
Okay. So what's drawn you to this, I guess? Why you said, in high school you wouldn't have done it. Why now? Is it, you're into
okay,
it?
so I always used to make fun of things that I was scared of. And I was always into theater, right? Like theater from elementary school all the way up into high school was something that I was super into, and then improv classes. So that's what this is, right? I think I just always looked at it from a different perspective of like, oh, I can't do that. Whereas more like if I would have gotten into it, maybe I would have actually followed what I liked more because I had a hobby that also involved the things that I was into.
Yeah. Well said.
I never did any sort of theater stuff, but I have always, since we've been playing.
You did some band stuff. I mean, that's
I
not
did do
theater,
some
but
band stuff.
performing, I guess.
But specifically theater. I've heard a lot recently, as we've gotten further into the hobby, that role-playing stuff seems to go pretty hand-in-hand with theater stuff. A lot of people who are like way into it now were theater kids, and a lot of the stuff carried over.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really speak to that, not having done any of it myself, but
the rules of improv very much apply to it. Like, I'm no expert. I took like 4 classes, and so like take that with a grain of salt, right? But like, you have to like yes and each other. You have to like agree with each other about like the world that you're in, right? You kind of like have to set aside your individuality a little bit to really like work as a team. Otherwise, like the game or the scene or the whatever it is doesn't work, right? And so I think that's like the big crossover of it is like you're building a story on the fly, kind of, right? Like you guys really plan out your stuff, which I think is what makes your stuff so interesting to listen to. But still, there's a lot of unknowns to account for, right? And you kind of have to trust everyone that you're sitting down with to like go along with you or add to like what you're kind of bringing to the table. Kind of like Grant and I do on our @BananaSplit. Again, that's BananaSplit, no I, YouTube.com.
hey, you can plug
Come
at
join
the end of the
squadron. We're very far away from monetizing, but we love all of our fans, and they're extremely loyal.
Very loyal.
Very loyal. I see them in public all the time. They want pictures. It's a thing.
Well, so for your first thing, hopefully we've got something good tonight. Like I said before at the beginning, tonight we're going to be playing an episode, or our episode is going to be a live play adventure. And we're going to be using the same RPG Lite system that we played with Brian once before, which is very rules light, focusing on just, role-playing and improving and making fun. So hopefully this is a good onboarding to the hobby for you.
Right, why don't we
I hope so.
RPG?
I hope so, because I think it'll make our videos better.
Yes.
Honestly, I do.
I think your videos are mucho perfect.
Big fan.
I don't think they're bad at all. That's not a self-deprecating comment, but I definitely think that so the idea, before we get into it, the original idea was to do a history show where we do a spoof of a PBS show, and it was called Historical Accuracy, and me and Brian will host it, and we would talk about real historical events, and we would do battles, and all the battle scenes would be LARPing. And that was the original idea.
Just really low quality reenactments of high quality history information.
Yeah, and then if we ever monetize, just get really cool filming equipment so that the battle scenes are epically filmed, but still just LARPing.
Really poor costumes, foam swords. We still might do it though, so patent pending.
Yeah, patent pending. Yeah. I guess I probably should have put that out there, right? That is a golden idea.
Someone give us money to do it.
And the editing skills.
Heard it here, folks, listeners of 2HGM. Put your money in Banana Split.
Yeah.
Where our mouth is.
It's going up like Bitcoin, baby. More like
Bitcoin. The first thing we'll do is we'll go through the RPG Lite system, and then I'll pitch the adventure. We'll do our characters, and we'll just run it.
Cool. I'm excited. You can't tell from my nervous energy.
Dan, you want to take us through the RPG Lite system?
Sure thing. So RPG Lite has basically 2 rules. You roll for things, and you use your gear. So the gear is the only character customization that you have. You have 20 points to spend. And gear, I guess, is a bad word. I just have it written on my notes on my phone, but it's really loadout. Your loadout has 20 points to spend. And you can spend that on things like armor, weapons, magic items or tech items, or like special powers. And the more points you spend on something, the better it is. And the game master just does like some off-the-cuff math in their head, and they're like, oh, you're trying to break down a door, or maybe lockpick a door. Do you have a lockpick? Oh, you don't? So it's going to be hard. You're going to need to roll high. Or you do have a lockpick. Actually, you have an excellent lockpick, so it's going to be relatively easy. Then you roll a d20, and the game master says, oh, you win, or you didn't get it. And, maybe something else happened, like the door falls on you.
Yeah.
Good.
And then, like,
fail.
He can help me, right? Like, if the door falls on me and he has, like, healing powers,
that'll
he can help me.
Somebody else could, get the door off of you, or, put a Band-Aid on your knee when you fall off your skateboard, or, whatever.
And that'll be the direction that it goes. So you're trying to open a door, you fail, you break, and it falls on you. Now that's what the scene involves, and that's what you have to deal with. What everyone else has to deal with.
Right, so like Cosmo being the game master head tonight, he'd be like, as you fiddle with the lock, you hear a creaking sound, and like you look up and the door falls on you and squishes you, and you take a point of damage. And then you're like, help, and then Brian and I will like help you out or something like that. Right, so like Cosmo's the game master will say something, then we get to react to it, and then we say stuff and he gets to react to it.
Yeah.
So that's RPG Light.
Rock and roll.
I am excited.
So, let me pitch the adventure, and I know some of you already know what this is, but we'll read it for the benefit of everyone listening.
I think it's so for our listeners that can't see. We have the prompts printed out. This is the first time I'm looking at it, so I'm going to go through, kind of help out everybody following along at home, and maybe Grant and Brian if they still have some questions. Do a model of how to make a character in RPG Light.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
And then once we have our characters, we'll get started. Well, we'll play. We're already started. But
I got butterflies a little bit. I don't know why.
Why do you have butterflies?
I don't know. I had
It's
chili
exciting.
before this, so...
I was gonna say, if anything, it's just like me jamming up, right? Like, oh, I've never done this before.
Yeah. I don't know. No, it's not you.
Case scenario.
Yeah, I know. I've done this like a bunch of times with these
Are you
fellas.
nervous for me? Yeah, what are you nervous for?
Bro, I'm always nervous. I'm like the
That's
Hulk
true.
of anxiety. Like, his secret is
Yeah,
he's
that's
always angry. Like, I'm always anxious. That's my secret.
I get it.
But now everyone
I
knows.
get it. I see you have it like all the time. I get it in like, right? Like all of a sudden it's just like kapoo right in the face.
There's just like cold pools of sweat constantly in my armpits. Constantly.
I'm sweaty right now.
Bro,
It's a little
bro,
toasty
you
in
should
this
see
room,
my
though.
white dress shirts. You won't talk about armpit sweat, dog.
Yeah.
I raise you, sir.
Call.
Call.
all right. So, let's get started with this. What I'm running tonight, I'm calling a Kids with Bikes adventure. So, Kids with Bikes, not to be confused with another pen and paper RPG that's actually named Kids with Bikes. Kids with Bikes is a subgenre of sci-fi and horror fiction. It involves middle school age kids, usually in some sort of school or school adjacent setting, getting caught up in some sort of high concept nonsense. Examples like E.T. or Stranger Things. So this will be a Kids with Bikes adventure. You will be limited to the equipment, skills, vehicles, all that accessible to children, and that's what you'll use to solve the problems presented to you. So, the adventure prompt. You are 8th grade students at Grundleson Middle School. Go Horned Owls. In rural Indiana.
Hoot hoot.
It is the fall of 1998. In fact, it's the last day of the semester before winter break. Everyone at Grundleson Middle is enjoying a real fuck-off day and looking forward to going home at noon. Unfortunately, you all don't get a half day. You dummies got detention with mean old Mrs. Zorgax.
That's an alien.
That is a name, too.
Instead of going home early...
Chick is an alien, for sure.
You all have to stay until 4, writing lines about what you did.
Lines.
Fine.
So, character creation. As we talked about, you are 8th graders, so 13, 14, at Grundleson Middle. You can be any sort of students. You can be studious. You can be, a screw-up, whatever. You can be involved in whatever sports or extracurriculars or whatever thing you're into. You can be into it. And you can identify with whatever sort of 90s era scene you like, because it's 98, so... yeah. So, you guys have the prompt, you know the adventure. We'll go through creating the character. So, using RPG-like game system, your weapons might include sports equipment, rocks to throw, slingshots, inappropriate toys that you shouldn't have brought to school. Your skills and abilities. Consider what your character does and spend points based on that. If you do gymnastics, you might put some points into acrobatics ability. If you're a science nerd, you might have a getting stuffed in lockers skill. You get 5 extra points. So in RPG Lite, you build your character with 20 points. You get 5 extra points tonight that must be spent on a bike or other vehicle, skateboard or whatever. You can spend more points if you want, but 5 points have to go to that. So you all have a fair mode of transportation. And then everything else will come from the rest of the 20-point buy pool.
But
So,
that buy
Dane
pool...
is going to run us through his character, and then we'll go around and share who everybody is.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's Cosmo, helpfully put some things to consider when you're making characters. So, are we friends? Are the players friends? Grundleson is only about 100 students, so I guess, I don't know, is that a big school?
For a middle school, I don't really think so.
Right? It's not.
No, it's not.
Right,
it's
so
not
it's
very
fairly
big at
small. So we probably know everybody, at least, by name, right? So did we grow up in this sleepy American everyday town? Or maybe did you move here? Like maybe just this semester? Ooh, maybe that's my story. Leaving old friends behind and causing angst. And then what did you do to get detention today? Old Miss Zorgax is known for being mean and draconian, so you may feel like your punishment is undeserved, or you may be a stinker. Alright, so I think definitely the first thing that comes to my mind is answer the detention question. I think I was kicking a soccer ball down the hall. So, because I'm kicking a soccer ball, I probably play soccer, so that goes to my extracurricular activities. So I'm probably on the soccer team. And so I write soccer team here. So, then probably start doing some gear. And we didn't say this, so Brian, there are, 5 categories of gear? 4 categories.
Mm-hmm.
So, spending 2 points on something makes it poor.
Right.
Spending 5 points on something gets you a fair. 7 points is excellent, and 13 points is heroic.
And so this isn't like Eclipse where those points go towards my skills. It's just like my
right,
my equipment or whatever. That's poor, fair, excellent.
Right. So we get a fair vehicle for free. I'm going to say rollerblades is my vehicle. This is 1998.
Yeah.
It'll be bladed. Okay,
blades.
So rollerblades.
Got your blades, bro? You got your wrist guards?
No, I'm a bad boy. I don't wear protection.
I was not allowed to go out without those. But as soon as I turned the corner, I took them off.
Classic kids. All right, so now I got 20 points to spend. So I think I'm going to spend 7 points on a fair soccer skill. Oh, excellent. 7 points. Probably, so like, I'm thinking my guy, who I need to come up with a name for, he just moved here this semester and like immediately is a hot shot on the soccer team. So soccer skills. I believe they call them techers. I got techers.
Techers?
7. Yeah.
What are techers?
I've not heard that
technical
before.
ability.
Ah.
Right, so like dribbling and, giving some sweet megs and, nutmegs, which is when you kick it in between the defender's legs.
Welcome to our new podcast, the two-headed soccer hooligan.
Soccer, I didn't know that stuff.
All right, so I got 13 more points to spend. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go back on my bad boy statement. I think he does have pads. Doesn't necessarily wear them all the time, but at least has them. So I'm gonna spend 2 points on those.
Good armor, right?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Just put some armor on.
Smart.
Pads, knee pads, and elbow. So that's poor. So I got 11 more points. What can you do with 11 points? 2 fairs, another excellent, and then 2 poors. Let's see. I think maybe bounce over to my guy's name. While Cosmo was reading, I kind of just came up with one. His name is going to be Benson Abadir.
Benson Abadir?
Benson Abadir.
Yeah, he's not a bad boy at all.
Let's see, 1998. What was the hot haircut in 1998?
I will tell you because I had it.
Bowl cuts. Or Eminem.
Yep.
Because
no, that was 99.
99 was the
99
Eminem.
was
the
Eminem.
I want it that way, but haircut.
Or frosted tips.
Frosted tips. No, frosted tips. All right.
Yeah.
Frosted
I have poor frosted tips that give me a bonus with the girls.
Ooh.
All right, let's see. So that
is killer. I had frosted tips and a dragon button-up shirt, but it did not garner me any extra points with the ladies.
I think. All right, Cosmo, what do you think about this? So I had a soccer ball because I was kicking it down the hall. Probably confiscated by now.
Yeah, I would say.
Do I need to spend points on that if I were to maybe get it out of the confiscation station?
No, but what I'll have you do is sort of like a retroactive roll when we get started to see if you manage to steal it.
Get it. Okay.
To see if you managed to steal it before you had to go to detention.
Okay, so I'm gonna try for.
And if you fail to get it, it's still yours. You'll just have to get it from where she keeps stuff.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to dump a lot of points. I'm going to get an excellent soccer ball.
Nice.
It's
so the actual ball itself is just high end?
Yeah. So, one, it looks
cool.
It's
it's played on the FIFA fields.
Right. It's probably an official FIFA... let's see. Trying to do some math in my head. When World Cup would be... 2014, 2010, 2006, 2002, 1998. So, it was that year.
Yeah,
so,
there was a World Cup that summer.
1998.
Yeah, that was the Atlanta one, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Good.
1998.
Probably edit that, what I just did out there.
Keep it.
1998 World Cup soccer ball.
I'm going to zoom in on it. I'm just going to isolate your square. Yeah. Confetti.
Excellent.
All right. So is that all your points?
Well, I got 2 left, but I need to think on it. If any of you guys have any questions, maybe would be a good time to transition to you.
Or if you guys are ready with your characters.
So far, I'm solid. I think I pretty much prepped out exactly almost what it is that you guys were asked. asking of me, and then when you were talking, I figured out the other things that I was missing.
So okay. I have a question. I want to use ammunition, quote unquote ammunition.
Okay.
What's the rule on that?
What I'm gonna do is just let you have whatever it is, and if it becomes like story critical, I'll start making you like count on your hands or something.
Okay.
If there's
I have a question.
A moment where it's too good or whatever, or where it's gonna solve all your problems, be like, well, you're down to your last 3 or whatever.
Okay.
Cool. His question made me have a question. If I have a slingshot, do I have to then also buy stuff to use out of the slingshot?
You don't right now. I'll just say you have stuff, but if you're like using it a lot, you might run out and you might have to like rummage for Tic Tacs or something.
Batteries.
Can
I buy one thing to save, but then also use stuff that I find?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, like you could spend points on like special ammo, like batteries, for example, which would really hurt if you got hit with from a slingshot.
Okay.
Right, so you could be like, I have fair. Well, I mean, fair is kind of a lot of points. I have poor batteries for my slingshot.
If I do I got you. If I do a 3 pour, right, that's a little bit better than having a 1 pour, right? If I don't want to spread it out on 3 different things.
No, you gotta stick to the.
Well, what do you mean? You mean to have only 1 pour item?
So say I was like, I want to choose like a battery or a BB or something and give it a 3 instead of choosing 3 batteries that are each a 1. I could save that battery for a really important moment, and being that it's 3 above 1 is better, right? It would garner me maybe better in the storyline.
Check the game master.
Basically, what I'll say is if you just spend the 2 points on a special piece of ammunition, when you use your slingshot and you use that ammunition, I'll make that roll better for you.
Okay.
But stick to the 2, 5, 7, and 13 prices for quality.
2, 5, 7, 13. Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that. I'm ready. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, are you
if you're ready.
Our character and stuff, or
yes, yeah, okay. Yeah. We're gonna tell everybody who you are.
I'm doing that?
Yeah. Man.
Oh, am I doing my real name first? I'm sorry, I'm tripping.
No, you're Grant. We
Hi,
know your
my
real
name is Grant Davis from Banana Split. The character that I have chosen.
I'm the 4th head.
Yeah, I'm the 4th head down here in the corner. Okay, my gentleman's name is Dikembe Goldstein.
Can you spell
He
that?
is Dekembay. Goldstein, just regular Goldstein.
Okay.
No fancy. He's a regular guy.
Just a real everyday Joe.
Yeah, he's Hawaiian Jewish. He is 12 years old. He skipped ahead a grade because he's smart. Yep.
He's a smart
Skipped
kid.
ahead a grade. He's 5'5", 149.8 pounds. Do I do his skills?
Yeah. Tell me.
Or do you want me to
skills.
give his backstory first?
We'll do backstory first, and then when the backstory.
So
explains
Dikembe
why he
is in
has
detention. Dikembe, the man himself.
Mm-hmm.
I am in detention for telling my history teacher that July 4th didn't happen. I'm the 3rd string quarterback who can't be the backup because the coach's son is the backup, but he's not the starter because he sucks too. I just moved to town last year after my old middle school kicked me out for selling counterfeit calculators.
Oh, I fucking love that.
My gentleman is a sports enthusiast. He plays track and field. He does multiple sports, so he is fast and agile.
Okay.
And also a little bit wise, but not too wise, like kind of wise. Okay, do I do his skill set or his weapons?
Either, whatever. The whole thing, all the stuff that he is.
All right, he has a switchblade comb. He has a slingshot.
Nice.
And then he also has a set of lockpicking tools.
Ooh.
That's a cool thing to
Get
have.
those.
Yeah, where did he get those?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
He doesn't have lockpicking tools. You said the door thing earlier, and I was like, I want lockpicking tools so I can just get through everything. He doesn't. I wanted him to have a spell book, but then I realized a 12-year-old is not going to be able to like conjure up spells that are going to be able to stop this monstrosity. So I'm just going hardcore on the slingshot and his vehicle.
Okay.
So I'm doing. He has a motorized moped. You remember those gas-powered ones back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
He's got one of those bad boys, and I want to spend 7 points on that.
7
and then
points,
I want to
kick-ass moped.
I want to spend 7 points on the slingshot. So what am I at? That's 9 points off of the regular, right?
Yes.
Because we have 5 extra.
Right.
So I want to spend. Sorry, hold on. I had his skill sets. I want to spend 7 on aim.
Okay.
He is. How much did I have? I had 11 left, right? Because I'd spent 9.
I think 9.
9 left.
Oh, wait.
Or no, 11 left, yeah.
Yeah, 11. At 11, I have 11 left, or 11 after I spent it on speed, or sorry, aim.
Before you spend.
Yeah, before.
Okay. So what does that leave me with left? I'm sorry about that.
Aim of 7
What?
is 4 left.
Yes.
And yet I need to do it in 2s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to spend all your points.
Yeah. That's kind of why we built it. So if you spend the points, if you spend the 13 points on something excellent, or what is that? Heroic. Then it's going to be hard to spend all your points. So it's going to kind of handicap you in a different way.
If I have points with me instead of spending all my points?
No, just
what you're saying?
Just the points, like the quality of the gear and the point value don't always make an even 20, right?
Yeah.
So like sometimes you're
yeah. I got you.
point or whatever, which is okay because like it's cool. It's fine.
So I'll make him a healer, just with 2 points.
Okay.
Like
and then
he knows first aid.
Yeah, he knows some minimal first aid from his track and field days of helping out with the injuries on the field. And then, what was the other one? Oh, I'll give him a battery, and I'll spend 2 on a battery.
Okay. So yeah, just remember the battery thing, and if you use that in your slingshot, that's like your favorite thing to shoot. Let me know when you're using it. I'll make the roll better, or I'll make whatever happens better.
And I promise I won't just like pick up rocks nonstop. Like, I won't use my battery. Oh, there's a rock right next to me. Kaboom!
All right, Brian, who's your guy?
So my name is Bobby Johnson Jr., and if I had friends, I want them to call me BJJ for short.
For Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
BJJ, yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Gotcha.
Is that really what that
Brazilian
stands for?
Yeah.
I was just making a blowjob joke.
No, I know. I was just trying to fucking pop your balloon. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's good. I'm glad you did. Because
Yeah.
my balloon was getting too full. Let's face it.
I was just like, whatever, that's jiu-jitsu, I do that.
Yeah, no, let's face it. I showed up with a real full balloon today. Like,
No, yeah,
everything's going my way. Sunny skies.
I didn't mean to like pop your balloon of life.
No, you're right.
I just meant your blowjob joke.
How dare I have a parade?
Way to like pseudo throw your real life problems into a joke there, Brian. What you got going on there, buddy? You okay?
Can we just get to the part where we start drinking? Alright, so my character is Bobby Johnson Jr. No friends, but if you had them, they call him BJJ for short. I chose a bicycle, a Royce Union bicycle for my 5 points. Royce Union was a brand of bicycle. I don't know if any of you had them from the Toys R Us They weighed about like they were like
I remember those
like GTs or dynos. They were like those like BMX bikes, except they weighed like fucking 80 pounds. So they were like, all my friends would be going off of jumps like wow, and then I'd go off a jump like but the pegs were red, so that's cool. So I got pegs and stuff.
Wait, is it BMX?
Yeah, it's a BMX bike.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's an avid Ocarina of Time player.
Oh.
So he keeps his Mad Catz and Nintendo 64 controller in his backpack, which is, of course is a quality 2 poor controller.
Yep, Mad Catz.
Yeah, it's a Mad Catz. Yeah.
Dunk. Got him.
Take that, Mad Catz. That popped their balloon. And their parade. Now we're all dishing it around, you know? He wears glasses.
I don't even know what you just said.
I know. Oh god. Okay. He wears glasses, so he keeps a glasses repair kit in his backpack.
I did not think my character out at all. You guys are into this.
I literally am making a version of myself as a kid,
so
it wasn't thought out. This is me just working through some things.
Okay.
So glasses repair kit, quality 2.
Okay.
And then he's like really into puzzles. He's like a puzzle master guy. So he has like I don't know, like the base stat at like intelligence or your call. But I just like puzzles. So puzzles is a 5 for me. Also, not the most popular kid, so he's really good at just kind of blending in with the crowd. Like really good at blending in with the crowd. So I gave him a 7 for blending in. Just like disappearing a little bit, you know. Constant nosebleeds. So he always carries some of his sister's tampons in his backpack, which are quality 2. Maybe have some medical properties. I don't know. They get him beat up, that's for sure. And he wears like really baggy shirts and pants, which, you know, if someone were to like punch into, he only weighs like 80 pounds. So if someone's like to punch into it's mostly shirt, right? So it's like poor armor. It's poor armor of like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. That's my stuff. That's my
Bobby
that's my
Johnson
character.
Jr.
I'm in detention because I haven't done any of my homework. Like zero of my homework because I've been really trying to solve the water temple in Ocarina of Time.
That's a
I
shitty
fucking
level.
hate water levels.
Dikembe, did you say why you were in detention?
Yeah, he told his history teacher that the 4th of July never happened.
Oh yeah,
The
that's
date
right.
Or like the events that we celebrate the 4th of July.
I just told him 4th of July didn't happen. He was talking about like being super pro, like, oh, we got to celebrate all this stuff, you know, in the summertime. And I was like, yeah, man, the 4th of July never happened. And he kicked me out. It didn't even make sense to me. I was just trying to make a joke, and he was just like, detention. And I was like, bro, do you know how fast I am? I am the star of the track team, and I'm Hawaiian Jamaican, brother. Sorry, Hawaiian Jewish, brother.
Okay.
All right. I think.
yeah.
So I never actually finished. Benson.
Yeah.
So I was thinking. I liked the sibling angle. I was thinking of an older brother. So Benson has an older brother who is in his senior year of high school. So being this age difference and brothers be brothers, he's really good at like dodging stuff. So like he'll say something and his brother will like go to swipe him or dodge it, or like, you know, he peeks his head in his brother's room and gets like a book thrown at him. So
okay.
He ducks out. So he's got poor dodge.
Sibling dodging. So if this monster starts throwing brothers and sisters at us, like, you're good to go. Just whew, whew, whew. You could BJJ all over the place. Grant, did I do it? Did I say it right?
Yeah. You did it right. You did it right, bro.
That was good.
It's exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Also,
how it goes.
I think.
Dikembe.
Wait, hold on. Dikembe. Dikembe. I think we're probably at least very familiar, being the sports people that we are.
Yes, sir.
That sounds, you probably know each other.
I think Dikembe from Hawaii. I think that's pretty rad.
Thank you, brother.
Did you see my frosted tips?
I like your frosted tips, brother. Do you like my blonde hair with the Hasidic curls, but are blonde? But I'm not Hasidic, but I still have them.
That sounds so cool.
I know. I've been working on this look for a long time. I'm trying to inspire the youth.
Bring back blonde Hasidic curls. Let's bring that back. We all remember that.
Yeah. Yes, but with surfer hair. I have surfer hair also, but
look.
I just also have one portion that are Hasidic curls. But me, myself, or my family are not Hasidic. We come originally from Hawaii. My dad is Jewish. He came there to retire. He was 55. He met my mother, who was 27, and I was born. When he died, even though my mom's from the island, she was like, "We gotta move to the mainland, brother." And I'm like, "I'm your son, not your brother, but okay." So we moved, and now I'm here.
This is a wild fucking bunch.